Hi guys, my name is Nikki and I've lost over 150 pounds with the help of GLP-1s and bariatric surgery. In 2013, I was diagnosed as diabetic and I weighed in at 430 pounds. I started on Victoza. Since then, a lot of life has happened, but I'm 16 months post-op from gastric sleeve surgery and I'm down to 276 pounds. So that's over 150 pounds. I also work in health insurance, specifically employer-sponsored health plans. Disclaimer, I know nothing about Medicare Bridge program. I know nothing about Medicaid other than most states don't cover it. You'll have to research whether your state covers it for obesity. I know nothing about government-sponsored health plans or anything through the healthcare marketplace or anything like that. I only know about employer-sponsored plans, and since a lot of people in the country have those, I figured I would share some information here. Most people I talk to at work have absolutely no idea that it's actually up to your employer what is covered and what is not covered on your employer-sponsored insurance plan. I work with several different employers and almost everyone has a different plan language. Some cover bariatric surgery, some cover GLP-1s for weight loss, some only cover it for diabetes, some don't even cover it at all for diabetes, some cover skin surgery, some don't. There are a lot of different nuances when it comes to employer-sponsored insurance plans. So what should you do if you want one of these red flag procedures? First with surgery. The first thing you're going to want to do is call the number on your insurance card. You're going to want to ask them specifically what you're covered for. If you want to get fancy with it, you can actually Google CPT codes. That's what the billing codes are called for procedures. You can Google that for bariatric surgery. It'll give you a list of the different ones for the different surgeries, depending on which one you want, like gastric sleeve, gastric bypass, all those. You can also Google skin removal surgery after weight loss. They'll give you a list of the different ones. I can't pronounce most of them. And you can also Google diagnosis codes, which will give you an ICC-10 code or ICCD code for skin surgery after weight loss. You can Google those things. You shouldn't need those. It just will give a little bit more if you have them, but you can do that if you want to. But basically what you're going to want to ask them is if the procedure is covered, if it requires prior authorization. It's going to require prior authorization. Ask them what if any requirements are there for the surgeries, like prerequisites. Do you have to go through a weight loss program? Do you have to go through Weight Watchers? Do you have to do documented other treatments that you've done or diets that you've tried? Do you have to work with a dietitian first, etc.? You want to ask if there are any prerequisites to qualifying for the surgery. You also want to ask if there are any waiting periods for skin removal surgery after weight loss. That's an important question because a lot of them do have a 6 month to a year where you have to maintain your weight loss in order to be able to qualify for skin surgery. That's if it's covered at all. Now for medication, you're going to want to contact your pharmacy benefit manager. If there's not a number on your insurance card for your pharmacy benefit manager, you're going to want to reach out to the number on your insurance card, the same as you were calling and ask them for the pharmacy benefit manager phone number, ask them to transfer you, and ask them, if the weight loss medications are covered, you're going to want to use them by name brands, so WeGovy, Zepbound. If you have diabetes, you can ask about Mounjaro or Ozempic. You're going to want to ask them if it's covered for whatever your qualification is, whether it's obesity, diabetes, sleep apnea, etc. You also want to ask what your copay might be. I'm one of the lucky people. I do get the $25 copay for Mounjaro because I am diabetic, so my insurance does cover it. And then Walmart has a coupon that even though my copay would be $40, it ends up being $25 because Walmart has a coupon. I don't know if every pharmacy has that coupon for Mounjaro, but my Walmart does. So, you're going to want to provide all of the information you get from your insurance or your pharmacy benefit manager to your doctor. Now, what to do if it's not covered. You want your doctor to submit a prior authorization anyway. The reason you want to do that is so that you can get a denial in writing, because that's when you can start the appeal process. When you I don't know how many levels of appeals there are. It's probably different for every insurance plan, but you want to go through as many levels of appeal as you can until you get something that says that this is final. Follow all the appeal processes. It's going to take you a while, and you're limited in the time. Usually you only have 180 days from the date of denial to even request an appeal. So you want to make sure that you're on top of it. Go through all the different appeal processes. Once you get something that says this denial is final, then what you can do is make a direct appeal to the Human Resources Department or the CEO or president of your actual company. You would contact them in writing to submit your appeal to them. You're going to want to write a statement detailing medically why you need the surgery and personally. You're going to talk about, you know, the pain that you're in and the methods that you've tried. This is a personal appeal rather than just a medical appeal. When you're sending it, you know, for the insurance, that's going to be strictly medical and just to the T. You don't want to include a lot of personal embellishments. Yes, you want to document side effects and things like that and effects that you're having. So if you're in pain, you have osteoarthritis from being overweight or being immobile from being overweight, those type of things, you want to make sure that you're documenting that. However, with the personal appeal, you want to get more into that. You want to really explain what's going on. You're also going to include all of the appeals that you sent to your insurance company. You include all that medical documentation as well. And I've seen it work. I've seen it not work. I can't guarantee that you can get approved for the medications or surgeries or anything like that with your employer. These are just the steps that you can take, that I've seen people take working in this field. But that's all I've got. So feel free to email me at gettingzeppy@gmail.com or leave questions in the comments. I tried to be as detailed as I could without going, you know, ridiculously over, because I know my videos tend to run long. But that's all I have. So if you have any questions, please hit me up. I'm happy to answer anything that you may have. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.